guys like entertaining channels, and I don't try to promote drama. Some people will look at it drama. Some people will just look at it as the facts and reality. And a lot of what drama is, it is reality with certain people and how they present it. But go check out Hot Facts with Robert Reese. He has a really entertaining channel. Is very professional at what he does. You'll get a lot of good info and a lot of good laughs out of it to really make you see in the world how some people hide behind a computer screen, want to talk trash about others with complete false realities. But he is the type of guy that will bring reality and truth to his live streams, and he shuts a lot of people down. I mean, he shuts them down quick. But
when a person doesn't like you, they team up with another person that doesn't like you. And before you know it, there's a whole slew of people that hate you. But here's the thing. Those people, they don't even like each other. They're only gathered because of you. See how powerful you are?
No. I'm recording.
Sure.
No, you can't.
Ooh,
no, you can't, bro.
On
Just
there.
you can't. No,
Ooh.
dude, I can't. No, dude, I'm asking you to go.
Oh, dude.
All right, if you don't leave, I'm gonna call the cops.
Oh my God, you guys. Oh my God. They're in a public place. You can't ask them to leave. Oh, come on, Eli, come back.
And if not, that's okay too. No. I'm recording. No, you can't. No, you can't, bro. Just you can't. No, dude, I can't. No, dude, I'm asking you to go. All right, if you don't leave, I'm going to call the... All right, we're back live. We are back live. I was just harassed by a bunch of young kids. I basically told them, if they don't leave me alone, I'm going to call the cops. So I may have to call the police. If they come up to me one more time, I'm calling the police. The police is also over on the other side of the park. I could go back over there.
I like you, other than the fact you hang out with Tyrones and shit. But I want you to understand that someday you're going to be in the target of all these people. Probably including me for the Tyrone shit. I'm eventually going to go after your co-host. You know that, right? You understand that, right? Because the more I hear pro-black bullshit, I'm going to run. Trust me, I'm going to come at them way before I'm going to come at Kirk Eli. I don't think you understand that the group that you're in, the JVs, the Jamies, the Red Pool Jacks, I don't think you understand how savage we can be.
You think it's odd they slave you? If the slave master ain't served the same God they gave you 400 years later, and you hardly stable, and you turn around and beg that same God to save you. Look, word to the sunrise. Homie, save yourself. Everything else, get a thumb drive. The young lives of black queens lost, misplaced, who've been raped, beaten, indoctrinated, and disgraced. We've been wet, shackled, and mutilated, put through degradation, disrespectfully viewed and hated. I mean, truly flagrant, treated like shit in this fucking nation. Then in 1850, slaveholders came with this publication called How to Make the Ideal Slave. Now dig division. Rule number 1 was unconditional submission. Keep them in place with authority, because rule number 2 was create inferiority.
If you would like to know how it is to be black and know why you should
All right, people. Welcome to Hot Facts with Robert Reese, people. We got a good one in today. We got a real good one in. I'm about to add him in to the stage, people. You guys do see this. Hot Facts with Robert Reese. And JB Gunner, he should be up on stage. Let me see. Do I see him there? Yep, he is up on stage. JB Gunner is in the building today, people. Now, there's going to be a whole lot going on here, people. A lot of you guys know about his past. I got to ask some quick questions. Video up there was what he just put out there. I got to ask some questions about that, some on the verbiage and everything else. He's got a history with Eli. He knows a lot about Eli. I've seen a video or two back in the past. He calls Eli the cut guy and all the other stuff. I do believe there's some other things that this gentleman has done that, you know, some people out there may want to know, hey, what's up with that? I don't think that's right. And all this other stuff. We'll let him get a chance to go ahead and answer those questions. But thank you for hopping on to the show. Thank you for watching the video yesterday and then reaching out to me and saying, hey, if you want to know about some Eli, I got you. So we went ahead, made that happen, people. Communicated, made it happen just that quick. And we are here, the controversial JB Gunner with the controversial host, Hot Facts with Robert Reese. Both these gentlemen do not hold nothing back, but we are two grown men, and we'll go ahead and see what happens here on this live show. Thank you for joining in, JB Gunner. What's up, man? How you doing today?
I'm doing good, brother. Can you hear me all right?
Yep, I got you.
I appreciate you having me. It's I listened to you for the first time last night. And of course, there was a long time that I didn't deal with Eli, but now I'm kind of back in the situation. And so obviously he's mentioning you every day. And so obviously I'm going to come check it out. He's like, come see me over here and let's see if they treat me right. And then less than 24 hours, he's turned on you already. So really, I'm right before this thing even starts.
Oh, okay. Oh, and let me clear this up, people, because he just brought up something. He said, you know, he turned on me. Let me tell you guys, after the thing that happened with me and Eli, I've been good on him, but he said he wanted to voice himself and he used the words no holds barred. So if I got questions for him and he already knows, I'm going to say, okay. The only reason why he did that, people, is because of this right here. He was put on the spot when someone told him that you don't respond to the text message, or not the texts, the emails that Robert sends and everything. Eli said, whoa. You don't have to do that. He don't got to show it right now. It's true. I have not returned to or replied to anything. So right after that, coincidentally, he unblocked me and added me as a moderator, which I had no idea. I wasn't asking for any of that. So when he took it away, people, it was nothing to me because I didn't care to begin with, because I didn't even know that he did that until I went to go check and someone told me and I was like, oh, it's true. So that's what I did. And when I did that, that's how it was. So it wasn't no meeting up with Eli, talking about this and that, that. No, everything was put in the chat messages on his live, and that's how it happened, the same way as how this happened here right now. I don't care about her wrench. I will never moderate nothing over there. It's weird over there, and I just don't give a fuck. So it is. I don't want to be a subscriber or anything. So he did that for you guys to try to create something, to try to say Robert's going to come back on me. We are going to come back on you, and JB Gunner is going to be the man that's going to be doing that. So I know you don't want to talk to him because you're afraid, so we just go let him go ahead and do what you were allowed to do yesterday. Speak your mind, get it out, and I'm going to go ahead and ask my questions.
He will never come on here with me. And the truth of this is, as you saw, he will never come on here with Jamie either. The truth of this is he goes on his channel and he's like, all right, no holds barred, this and this. But you brought somebody in here that's no holds barred right now, and I guarantee you he's watching this shit right now, and the whole reason he got mad at you was just for having the nerve to bring me on. That's all it was, because he knows I've been here long enough that I'll be able to speak the facts about him, and everything he said on this platform yesterday was a full-fledged lie, and he knows I know, just like Jamie knows.
Well, that's one thing there, and then Jamie did come in to start coming in the chat, and he was typing because I guess he figured out I don't know hot facts, and they told me not to, but I'm watching it, and I should have just clicked on like Mondo did. Mondo had a change of heart, and he was like, it's not even what they said. So he went ahead and clicked on. So maybe something may happen. I know he wants to do it on the Dennis channel. I know you got words about Dennis, and I'm gonna be foremost. I got to get this out the way. Let me get this out the way so we can just go ahead and do what we got to do. I watched the video, okay? Watch the video. And, I got to ask you this question right here. Are you racist? Why am I Tyrone? And does that mean nigger? Because you were up there saying you hang with Tyrone. Wait. You hang with Tyrones, and that's an issue. And all that pro-black stuff, I will go ahead and put that on blast and bury people. I'm pro-black. It is what I do. I'm involved with everybody else out there. I'm a Tyrone. I'm a nigger. I am that. So I got to ask you, what's up with that? And are you racist?
I am racist 100%, just like all people should be. You're pro-black, I'm pro-white. You're a Tyrone because you're black, and to me, you seem like an urban black, so that does make you a Tyrone. Are you the N-word to me? Absolutely. Can I still interact with you just on straight level? Yes.
Okay, just on straight level there. Well, let me tell you this. I've been wanting to actually interview a racist for a long time, and it's been known on my channel that that's what I've been looking for. As long as you stand on your ground and we can be grown men and talk, it's all good with me. I'm not racist at all, so I ain't gonna call you all the names that you want to call me, but you want to call me nigger?
I didn't want to call you that, or I would have called you that. That's not what it's not like I look at every black dude and the first thing that pops in my head is the N-word. That's not the way it rolls with me. That's not the way it happens at all. I do call majority, but you gotta remember, I'm from the south side of Chicago. I know what an urban Tyrone in comparison to a more conservative black man actually looks like. So I want you to understand, that's when I say Tyrone, I mean urban black. And
okay, so in comparison, it would be like, in comparison, it'll be like if a black person saw somebody that's white, let's say Hatfield and McCoy, and they called them poor white trash, and then they see somebody else and they'll say another name for them.
Absolutely.
Is that what you're saying?
Absolutely.
All right.
It's the same thing. But
when it comes to you, I have
no opinion on you yet. Obviously you're black. When it comes to that white woman, I do have issues with fat white women dealing with black dudes. I think it's funny, but at the end of the day, that's not what I actually came here. But I am telling you, you asked the question. You asked, it's on your screen right now, and I don't duck no questions. So you got your answer, brother.
All right. So I was gonna play a video with Jane Elliott because she says that if you're born white, you're already born racist. So you pretty much clarified what her statement was, and she's an educator. So she was just saying exactly what you said, but just in bigger words. So people, go ahead and check both out. You now see you got a racist white person with a black person with a common interest in the Eli Melas thing. So we know that we don't agree on damn near everything right now. We may agree on food because food ain't got no race. If it tastes good, it tastes good. We may agree on food and some stuff and sports like that. And this Eli thing, outside of everything else, people, we ain't gonna see eye to eye. So I want you guys to also pay attention to this. It takes a real big person to get on camera to say that and conduct themselves as a grown man. That's what we do. That's why it's hot facts, and that's why it's the hot seat. Show respect or get the fuck out of here. That's all I say to y'all watching. We ain't with that junk. Now let's get to Eli. Now you watch that live, and Eli said it was unfair. Okay, he said it was unfair. He said I was talking over him and everything. I did cut him off, and I'll tell you why. When I asked him a question about the life coaching and he went into money and people bullying him. That had nothing to do with the life coaching. I didn't want to hear that shit. So I cut him off. Okay. I didn't want to hear that shit. So people, that's exactly why. Some people said, yeah, Reese did do that. But if he don't answer a question, I'm not finna have him do ring around the rosy all day when I'm asking direct questions. He ain't finna do that. He ain't finna do that bullshit with me, and I ain't gonna let him do it. So for all of you guys who were upset that I cut his ass off, I'm glad I did, and I'll do it again. Some of you guys want to kiss his ass and suck his balls, so he don't ban you. Who cares about a ban? He still go watch you and talk about you no matter what. This is part of his traveling circus. Okay? Yeah. So now this dude comes out tough and he calls you out. He calls you out with Jamie, and he's saying, well, something about leverage and JB Gunner doing a new twist on this thing. Now I'll periodically peep in on you and check you out. And how I knew you had something against the Tyrones is what I would say. So we gonna say Tyrone instead of N-words, people, because we agree on that. I would say what's up, and you would never reply, and my comment would be after someone else's. So that's pretty much how I figured that on.
Well,
okay.
No. When I would see you like occasionally pop up, and when I would see you pop up, because your channel was clearly another YouTube channel, you gotta understand. Even though I will take this time right now to be on your channel and all that, in general, when I'm in the heat of my job at my work, doing what I do, like if I'm working at McDonald's, I don't want a motherfucker talking about Burger King. I don't want to even see another motherfucker in a Burger King uniform, if that makes sense. So like when you walk in the door, and I know you got a channel, and I know based on the type of channel that the name is, that it's more than likely a gossip channel or a drama channel. I'm immediately going to be standoffish with you. I didn't even know you was black. You see what I'm saying? Until this Eli thing, until just now, yesterday, I never even knew you were black, or until the day before, whenever it was I streamed. I never even knew you were black. But your name alone told me you were another YouTuber, and probably told me you were scoping me out to game footage or whatever. So immediately I'm going to be standoffish. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense. Yep. Hey, people, look. If you don't ask a question, people, you ain't gonna get no answer. People, closed mouths don't get fed. Okay.
But if I would have known you was black, it probably would be even. No, I wouldn't have booted you.
Keep it way real.
There's a lot of black people in there's a lot of black people in the gun squad. There's a lot actually. So it's not that, like I said, once again, it's not like I just sit here and hate all black people. But in general, I do judge all black people. Just like you, I assume you yourself and humans in general were tribalistic. I assume that if you see some strange white guy walking down your neighborhood, that you're going to look at him and say, what the fuck is he doing here? It's the same thing with me. If I'm sitting in here in my $4,000 a month rent and I see a Tyrone walk by, I'm going to say, where did that motherfucker get $4,000? It's just that simple. It's just the way it works.
I don't do that, G. I don't do that, G. See, I'm the person that show up in your area when you say, well, what's he doing here? I'm going to tell you what I am doing here and what you got to say about it.
Nah, that's what you should do. That's what I would do if I was in your area. You know what I mean? So I understand that, and that's the way it should be. But just off the jump, you when you talk about coming in my chat room, you came on my set, so to speak. And so I'm looking at you, and you're off brand. You're not someone I see regularly. So if I don't see you regularly, obviously I'm gonna be like, what's he up to? What's his grift? What's his scam? What's his gimmick? What's he here for? And so that's how this shit works, man. And just because when you've done this thing as long as I've done it, this is my 18th year making a living off of this. When you've done it as long as I've done it, you know what to look for. And unlike Eli, I don't block motherfuckers just because I don't like your name or whatever. That's an Eli thing. I don't care. You control me. You could be in there. Does that make sense?
Yeah. And people, let me clarify when he said set. Most of you guys would think something about a gang thing, but since we are talking about YouTube and going to someone's channel, we're talking about the set as a studio. That's how us educated folks will break that down. Now, this thing with Eli, what's up with it, man? What's his big issue with you saying, well, I know JB Gunner's gonna come and he's gonna try to leverage my new haters to go and hate me, and he's gonna start a campaign to do this, and he's only gonna go talk to HotFacts because he wants HotFacts to go do something to me and Don. What's up with that?
He's a paranoid guy, right? The fact that me and you were just having a conversation, right? To him, that means it's got to be something malicious against him, and we're teaming up. We're the new tag team and shit, and we're gonna come off the ropes clothesline. That's not the way this shit works. But that in his brain, just the simple fact that I'm even making videos, he believes you're part of it. He believes Jamie's part of it. He even believes our old sponsor, Wise Night Owl, is paying us all to do it. I assure you, because he's overly paranoid, and that's just the way it works. He thinks everybody wants to take him down, which typically is not the truth. He puts his note, and I've been watching recently, and just like when I was around before, his issue is no matter what community he goes into, he causes problems. He doesn't have self-awareness. He doesn't look at shit and say, why doesn't nobody in any community like me? So the one or two people that does like him, which are typically retarded people, and those people that he does have, the one or two people, he thinks that we're coming after. He thinks me and you want to steal Clean Helen Casey. He thinks that. It's a paranoia in his brain, and no matter what we say, he'll believe that's the reason we're doing it. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Now he said trying to steal Helen. This dude sound like we in the 5th grade playing Carmen San Diego or something. Golly. Dan, now, what was your opinion on ODN? I didn't get a bad vibe from ODN. What was your opinion on ODN? Some people are saying ODN has done some very, very bad stuff. They say you have done some bad stuff. And actually, let me get this one out the way too.
Sure.
Did you piss or pee on his dad's grave?
I spit and pissed on it.
What would make you do something so heinous?
To cause him mental pain and anguish.
All right, so take me, people. Damn, he being real now, people. Take me. Look, I know that people out there say, "Do you regret anything ever in your life?" And we all say no. I would think that would be a regrettable moment in someone's life to go do that to someone's grave. Now, if someone did that to my son or my mom or anybody else like that in my family, I'm about to go do work.
No,
work on that.
That was the point. That was the point. Let me say this. There's plenty of things I regret in life. That's not one of them. That's not one of them at all. And exactly the words that just came out your mouth. You have to realize this dude put a hit out on my life. He didn't have enough money to put a real hit out on my life. So when it comes to Eli, keep in mind
this $50 one? Was that the $50 hit you were talking about? Oh my goodness.
So understand, this is a dude that called CPS on girlfriends of mine, all kinds of shit. He hired private investigators to try to find out where I live, because he couldn't find me. So finally, I said, fuck it. I'm going out. I was going out to Vegas anyway. So I went out to Vegas, and while I was out there, I said, why not spend a couple of days in Cali? And so I went out there, and all it was to make him do exactly what you just said. You said if someone did this to my people, I'd be on them. And that's
I gotta go do work. I gotta go do work.
Right. And that was what I was trying to get him to do, is get out of his fucking house, come to that park, come wherever. Since I'm out here, he might as well catch these hands. That way I can just get on my shit, go back to Florida, and be good. So that's when I was out there, that's all that was an instigation. It was my way. I knew it would make him cry, which it did. I knew at that point he would see that I will come to California, which I did. And I knew at that point he still wouldn't man up and say, fuck this, I'm done with it, which he didn't. So at the end of the day, it proved everything I wanted to prove. And I'm not even the only person that's been out there fucking with him. GLM in the chat room, she's been out there she didn't piss on or spit on the grave, but she's went out there to call him out. It's just the truth.
Yeah, all right. But look, all right. I hear you trying to, like you said, he called CPS people. I told a lot of you guys that Eli had to do a lot of personal things to some people to have them get so mad at him like this. You just don't get mad at somebody like that, people, just out of nowhere. So you know that's what Eli did. Now, even though you can do a lot of things, That is one of the most disrespectful things that you can do. That's like spray painting on a mural, spitting on a mural, and putting it on the internet like that one dude did and got beat down for it. You know, there's certain things you cannot do. I'm not gonna go to Huntington Beach, California, go right down there and say F Don Mazza, the head of Peni. I'm not gonna do that. The skinhead's gonna be on my ass right when I get away from Jax. They gonna be on my ass. There's certain things you just don't do. Why did you pick that out of all things?
Because it was the absolute most disrespectful thing I could think of to do.
Damn, Eli, look, man. Eli, I hope, and I know you're watching too, because JB Gunner is up here with Hot Facts. I hope you're watching this. The things that you do, and I watch you try to annoy and antagonize people doing what my wife says, doing all that stuff. You do stuff, you talk stuff, you do all type of crap. You do these background checks on people and all this stuff just to fuck with them. And then when they up the ante on you, you're saying it's too far. Well, I got to say like this, people, in real life, if you, let's say, I'll just use a gang. If you join a gang and you don't know that gang is rivals with that gang right there, and you go get shot, the ante was already up. They already upped the ante. The ante was already up. Now, once you go spray paint on their wall, they're going to say, well, you spray paint on our wall, we're going to spray paint and shoot at you. They're going to up the ante every single time. And if you don't think someone will go there, someone will. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. So, go ahead.
Let me tell you, man. Look, when this all started, we were all just kind of fucking around with him. Because listen, whether it be me and Jamie or whoever, we was in a whole different community, the Manosphere, right? And so here we got this little frail, liberal white cup walks in the room. And this is a dude that's 50 years old, lives with his mom. And by the way, he lied all this time about living with his mom. I called it 7 years ago that he lived with his mom. And I was right the entire time, even though he was denying it and did not admit it till this year. But so we got this little guy, never been married, never had kids, doesn't know anything about women, comes into this community, just like I'm sure he did. What is that community you guys come from? What do you call it? The gig community? I'm sure he stepped in your guys' community and told you about it and tried to act like he was a coach in regards to it. That's what he did in our community. And so people like myself, who are very experienced with these types of situations that I'm speaking of, the Manosphere. So when he came in here, of course we took it offensive. We said, who the fuck is this little fella? And so that's how it all started. And it was very calm in the beginning. I was very, very calm. I didn't even know it was going to turn into what it turned into. But then he got offended. And his reactions were so awkward. Of course, it became a back and forth. And we still was just laughing. And that's all it was. The first person to ever take it personal was him with his background checks and his doxing. Because here's the thing, even if I don't like a motherfucker, if me and you don't like each other by the end of this stream, I'm still not going to try to research your name to see if your name's really Robert Reese or whatever it is. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's not my business what you do in your regular life. And I'm not I'm not going to dig into it and then expose it unless someone like what I mean, once it's done to me, then it's fair game. You see what I'm saying? Then it's like, okay, these people want to take it into real life. I'm a several-time felon. I'm not the guy. So we can do it, and so I'm sitting here, and even though I'm grown, I try to stay away from that type of shit, and I got a business to run and money to make. At the end of the day, he's the one that took it to this level. And he doesn't have enough self-awareness to say, I've done this and this and this to people. Even right now, you're the bad guy. He doesn't realize that, he refuses to watch last night's stream to see if you really were fair to him. He talked more than you and your entire panel. That's the truth about last night. But he will make himself the victim and say, you were in cahoots with JB Gunner and you fucked him over. That's what it is.
Yeah, he's gonna say that it went. He's gonna say what happened yesterday happened because of what's going on right now. He's gonna say that somehow we had a magical kumbaya sit down over smoked turkey legs and mashed potatoes, and we came up with that yesterday to bring it here. Eli, nah, man, you the one that went out there and said, I didn't even know. You were telling people I want to go on Hot Facts with Robert Reese. I wasn't even informed about it. So once I saw that you brought me up, I said, well, let me take advantage. So I had no idea, man. It all this came from you. You are the creator. What your buddy Roy says. You guys are best friends. You are the creator of your own destiny, and you do that, and then you get caught on videos just like Roy. You get caught on videos with your foot in your mouth, and then you get mad and want to talk crap back, and then you go push extra buttons. Quit pushing them extra buttons. Them buttons don't need to be pushed.
And look, I'll give you another example. I have no intention in harming Eli or coming after Eli in real life at all. I'm just in the middle of my shit. I was a little burnt out on my news, blah, blah, blah. And I said, you know what? Now that I'm watching, laughing at this dude, let me do some commentary. Let me, make a few extra bucks. Just this is my job. This is my career, right? And so, but to him, in his brain, he thinks I'm coming at him, for his life, real life, for his mother, for his dope fiend bitch. He thinks that's the target of this whole thing, is that I'm going to come destroy him. That's not even the point. I'm going to sit here, tell my story, tell you how much he's lying, because he is, how much he doesn't have self-awareness, how much he's never made $1 off of YouTube, how much he's never had a single person as a client in his life coaching business. I just want people to know the truth. Jamie will also tell you the truth. But to have a second person that's dealt with it tell you the truth, it should confirm everything that people say about Eli is 100% the truth.
Okay. Now, do you believe there's a lot of people out there that are saying we think Eli is over giving her medication and giving her the alcohol with it to drug her up? I don't know if that's true. Do you believe that is true, what they're saying?
100%. And here's the thing. Eli doesn't like the public to know his what he considers dirty laundry. For instance, for several years, we knew he was a smoker, just a smoker of cigarettes. And he lied to the whole people, lied to his ex, Dana, lied to all of us. And we're like, bro, just admit it. You're a grown fucking man. What's the problem? Anyway, so later on, like, he never wanted to admit that. But later on, right? He had to admit little pieces of it, but he still holds on to the lie. Now, when it comes to her, when she first got with him, their first date was hiking. He told the story immediately about how she passed out and fainted on the damn trail. And I'm sitting here thinking, no, I've hiked thousands of miles across this Appalachian Trail. I've never fainted. There's something wrong with that broad. And the way he was explaining it, as someone that drinks regularly, now I don't have those physical issues when I don't drink, but I'm someone that worries about it. It sounded to me like she was an alcoholic or a drug addict, particularly an alcoholic probably. So currently he says they just drink a couple of beers. She doesn't. You can tell by looking at her before and after picture. There's something else going on. When it comes to the drugs, he's already admitted she's on a lot of medications. So he's literally, and on his stream, he's like, I got to make sure I take care of Dawn. I'm not going to be able to walk today because I got to take care of Dawn. So you're her caretaker, essentially, and you admit that you give her alcohol and pills. That's your answer, bro. That's your answer. You're muted. You're muted. I think you're muted.
All right, I don't know how that happened. I don't know how that happened. Eli, you gotta when you're doing your members only live streams and you're giving her a tall can and you're talking about I got a tall can and I normally and then she got a tall can and then you talking about we don't know if you're taking 3 medications, 4, 5, 6 throughout the day, if you can't take certain ones together. You already know that a lot of them say do not use with alcohol or heavy machinery and all the other stuff. So normally you got to get a few hours, but if she's on multiple medications, she's always under the influence of the medication. So if you go give her a tall can of Natty Daddy, she gonna Natty Daddy out.
And then you gotta add the fact she's got like 25 vaccines in her ass. Trust me, she's all fucked up. There's all kinds. And by the way, I don't mean to be mean to her. at all. I don't know her other than the fact she's a victim of circumstance. I've heard her in the background just like Dana did, and this is why people went after Dana. Instead, like I got chicks. You notice that they shut the fuck up. You don't hear them all up at my job in my microphone. The reason for that is because I don't want them to be sitting here arguing with you. You see what I'm saying? I don't want them to deal with the consequences of my shit. If you don't want your bitch in the middle of your shit, keep her off the camera and out of your shit. Eli fails at that every time, gets her right in the middle of his fucking drama, and then wonders why people roast her.
Yeah, that's what happens. I was on I had a little brief 13 episode series with them, just talking about some stuff, and Dawn got mad one day, and she actually got up when she after she broke her ankle and walked across the camera to say, "Here I am here," and everything else. And Eli said, "No, you didn't have to do that." Well, Eli, she did that because he's like, you're telling them, but it ain't getting nowhere. So because of all what you do, you forced her to get up and go do that, which causes embarrassment for you, which you have to suffer on your live stream. And it doesn't make any sense. And then you go giving her natty daddies, them tall cans. We got to fix that, Eli. That's not cool. That's not cool. Now, I got to ask you this about how he says his members only content is so precious and all this other stuff. What is so precious about that, the members only live streams with him and Don? What's so precious and important about him?
It's nothing more than an imitation of his old content. He used to do a bed stream with Dana, his ex. So now he's just kind of remixed it into on the couch with Dawn. And it's really not nothing. It's just two fucking old people who literally, and by the way, I think they belong together. It's just two old people who are pretty much failures in their life trying to tell other people, give other people relationship advice. Keep in mind, Eli's last chick left him because he wasn't man enough to tell her that he smoked cigarettes or that he had bankruptcies or introduce him to his mama because that's where he lived. He wasn't man enough to do any of that. And so at the end of the day, even in this current situation, people can criticize the way I interact with women. Oh, I don't give a shit. Clearly, these two people are dependent on each other. So actually, no matter how much I think he probably is helping kill her, judging by when they first started talking and what I knew of her then, she was going to kill herself anyway, man. So this is the one thing I don't know if I can blame Eli for. She was going to be a dope fiend, drunk anyway. So you know how it goes. But a life coach should be able to fix that, right? But he makes it worse. So
that's the question I was about to get into, having all that, and he's a life coach. Yeah. He should be able to fix that, like you said, or at least attempt. Now, hold up. There was a I think I threw it away. Yesterday, I brought up a flyer of, there's a life coach in my area who passes out flyers for people to go ahead and come on, Zoom. And he has meetings and everything. And I asked Eli, why aren't you doing that? And he said he was waiting until you and Jamie stopped making fun of him before he actually did that.
Bro, imagine telling your landlord, I'll pay you rent when these people on YouTube stop talking bad about me or stop making fun of me. You know how weird that says? Like, you know how weird that sounds to say you ain't going to build your business until two people that don't live anywhere near you stop talking bad about you. By the way, this is how you know he's a fraud. I stopped talking about him for 2 years. 2 years. I haven't talked about this dude since probably 2022, 2020. I'll go 2022. I've been off handling my own business. But at the end of the day, you know what I mean? He will keep making those excuses for his failures at his job. Because here's the thing, he thinks he's better than what he is. Like, he thinks that you or me or anybody else, people with thousands of subs, want his little 2 or 3 people in the chat room. What he doesn't understand is I have different content than all of you. My content will never, ever be appealing to your guys' audience. I'm a conservative. I'm a white Trump supporter. He is a white little liberal who hates everything, and you're a pro-black dude, right? Is that an accurate statement?
Wait. Let me go ahead and clear this up. What I do is I have a variety channel. I'm in a lot of communities where I'm up there with discussions. Like, I do news and I break down real news, shootings, black issues, white issues, demographic stats, religion, race, everything. I'm not a Democrat. I'm not a Republican. I am a true indie. I'm not even an independent party. I'm a true indie. Okay.
There you go.
I have conservative values on some things, but I talk about everything, and I like to have these discussions with people. That's what I like to do the most. That's what I love. So
I think that's dope. I actually think that's the way to be. However, for me, like I said, once again, been on the platform for so long, I have no problem, like I said, coming in here and having a discussion with you. And if you want to set up another fucking conversation where you have a just black man and white supremacist stream where we can discuss those situations.
Hold up. You mean to give him a round? Let my wife give you a round of applause. Give him a round of applause. Hold up, man. My goodness. Hold up. Let me tell you this. Do you know that I have been trying to get people? That's the shit I like. I don't care. I like to talk about race and everything because that's how we learn about everything. And I've been trying to find people, and everyone is afraid. I don't want to get hit on YouTube because I can't articulate myself. Well, you need to learn how to. And this man that I asked a question to, we did that, and then he said, if you would like to do that, I'm in. I am fully in. Yeah,
I can criticize your race and speak my mind without saying things that would get us kicked off of YouTube. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Because I have actual. It's not about black or white. I have actual data behind the reasons I feel the way that I feel, and that is what I would present in that discussion or debate or conversation. It wouldn't be I hate the way Eli said ad hominem. It wouldn't be ad hominem attacks like me just saying, well, fuck you and your black face. That's not the way that would work. I would bring to you real issues I have with really, it's not even black people, it's black culture, the black community. Those are the things and black numbers, black statistics. Those are the things I would counter you with in that discussion.
Okay.
Do you see what I'm saying? So, and you can argue that, and we can debate it and go back and forth. And I would love, and so conversations like that, I think that you can have on YouTube. But see, people like Eli, just simple disagreements. He's like, no, he acts like a woman that won't admit she's wrong or won't even have the conversation. Like if you walk in on your woman, General Legion, if you walk in on your woman and she's literally sucking a dick and she's like, no, I wasn't, you know what I'm saying? And she's in denial, and no matter what, you know what I'm saying? So like Eli is one of those people. He gets caught in his bullshit, and no matter how much he gets caught on his bullshit, he will still deny it and say, no, I wasn't sucking that dick. We got you on camera sucking that dick, Eli. That's the point. And so I think that people like that, that's why he says he can't have conversations with you or me or Like in Theory or anybody, because he actually doesn't have the ability to counter with explanations for his activity. He doesn't know how to answer intense criticism, intense critique, because most of his shit is like he talks about everybody else doing made up scripted drama. He literally has the same talking points he had 7 years ago. And that's what makes the shit so funny.
That's what I've been figuring out. Someone said, look, he's gonna do this because this is what he always does. And then literally his very next video, he did the exact thing that they said. It was like, they were just like, okay, let me just wait and see. 5, 4, 3, 2, boom. And there he went. I was like, damn. 7 years of no learning and progress. That's hard to damn.
Not a single one. Not a single bit. Now, he'll get some people back. Like, he'll lose some of his friends, like ODN. He lost ODN for a long time. ODN went to, as he would say, the dark side. And then he came back. But I guess he came back. I assume he is because he's in here defending Eli. So when it comes to, like, It's very rare, though, that he gets those people back. And I think a lot of times the people he gets back is trolling. You can't convince me for anything that GLM is pro Eli. You can't convince me of that at all. I know that broad. I've spoken to this broad. She is not, but I'm not going to go on and on because I don't want him to unmod her, if that's her thing. But you can't tell me that ODN or GLM all of a sudden had an epiphany and it's like, man, Eli's really a good person. They know what he's done. And so like ODN only defends him for, I don't know what he's defending him for. I hope Eli's paying him. But at the end of the day, ODN knows what Eli's done because Eli's tried to use ODN to do it. Just like SB knows what Eli's done because Eli tried to use SB to do it. It's not that hard to figure out. Eli is behind the scenes and he tries to do sneaky shit behind the scenes, whereas all of us do it in the front. And that's the truth. And that's why we seem like such the dickheads, is because we're the ones doing it on camera, literally sounding like assholes. I'm the one that showed y'all the picture of me at a video of his dad's grave. He didn't just make that video up. He got it from me because we put our assholeness on the screen. He does it behind the scenes, as he says. See what I'm saying?
Yeah. Hey, damn. Woo. Look, I'm gonna set something up with me and you. Let's try to do something next week. I'll think of some stuff and I'll hit you up and get a yay or nay on if that'll be a good topic for you, and then we'll go from there. I like to normally have like 2 or 3 or 4 go in. Kind of like watching First Take, you know, just getting down and just getting to it. Now I gotta this thing that Eli goes out and calls men pissy grown men, and then sometimes he says that, all right, yeah, I'll take you on. I know Eli will not bust a grape in a fruit fight. He will not bust a grape in a fruit fight at all. What gives him that type of confidence to do that stuff?
Well, have you ever, when you was in school, did you ever have that one little cringy type little kid that would push your buttons, but the minute you would go to get his ass, he'd ride and run and hide behind the teacher? He's that. That is who Eli is. He says what he says because he knows that you ain't gonna do anything unless you want to catch a case. Just like he'll talk about, with all that shit that I did, he'll say something like, well, how come you didn't knock on the door? You mean your mama's door? No, I went out there to show that your car was there at 6 a.m. I went to show that you really did live with your mom. You think I came to beat on your mama's door and like, what, smack your mama? That's not what I came for. But in his brain, he will use that. He will forget everything else. And in his brain, like, he will use that and say, well, you didn't do this to me. Because what he's wanting to do is he's wanting to urge me to come do it again, this time go further, ultimately so he can get a motherfucker locked up and he'd be like, see, told you. You know what I mean? And he would play victim. It's what it is. It's what he's always done. It's what he always will do. And there's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. Eli is a woman that likes to just play the victim. It's just who he is. And it's who he's always going to be. And let me tell you something. If he stopped being victimized, if me and Jamie and everybody else just left him the fuck alone, he would have no career. And he doesn't have a career now. He would have nothing to talk about on YouTube at all because he doesn't have actual content. He doesn't have actual positions. This dude is one of the most ignorant people I've ever met. He did the King and the Cuck show with me. Let me explain this to you. This alpha male life coach started a show with me called The King and the Cuck. He was the role of the cuck. During this,
obviously you ain't gonna be the cuck. It's the king and the cuck. It's he didn't even get it from the jump.
Oh, he got it. And he said, and he even said it on the show last night. I did it so hoping that people would see me. It would give me some exposure. I was like, man, if I got to call myself a cuck to get some exposure, fuck that exposure. You see what I'm saying? Like, as a man, nobody in the real world would do that but him. And during this show, like all my entire premise was to prove he didn't know shit about anything. We asked him simple questions like who's the current vice president of the United States? He was like, it's not that big of a deal, JB. I'm not worried about it. And he didn't know. He didn't know, but in his brain, he wanted to do the show because he wanted to do a political show with me, left versus right. If you don't know who the fuck the vice president is, you don't have any right to have a political conversation with me. Does that make sense?
Yeah, he tried to come in yesterday when he didn't know how to come back at somebody, and it was Twiggy, y'all. And then he was like,
called him a right-wing extremist, didn't he?
What are you? He was like, what are you? Are you more right-sided, or are you in between? Or y'all was like, man, we ain't talking about no political shit. You said that you couldn't get with him, so you tried to go and pull the political realm out on him, and then every time they go left and right, he don't ever give no views. Now, I asked Eli a question on the show that we did. Mm-hmm. I said, Eli, how would you feel if the president had a first gentleman, not a first lady? He almost had a heart attack and would not want to answer the question. He was like, well, Robert, I wouldn't say that. I told him that if we had a first gentleman, we'll get bombed by the other countries. I said, that's what'll happen.
Right.
I said, that's what'll happen. He was so like, I can't believe you said that. He wouldn't even want to answer it. Simple question. Simple.
See, his thing is, this is why, like, when he first talked about you and me doing this, notice that he tried to hammer home the JB's racist thing. Because in his brain, and I'm saying this is connected to this, in his brain, he wants to be the ally. He wants to be the ally to blacks, to minorities, to the left. And so in his brain, he feels that if he puts forward basically basic political talking points, and not just that, but he will say everything to make sure he doesn't sound sexist. He'll make sure he doesn't sound racist. Anything that will even correlate with the word bigot to him, he'll run away from. He don't want to seem like a transphobe. I don't know about you, but to me, a dude that thinks he's abroad there's something wrong with that shit. I don't give a fuck what nobody says about it. I'll say it openly to Eli because he's 50 years old. He knows it too. But like most liberals, he's afraid to fucking say it because he has to be woke. He knows faggotry is fucked up. He knows that dressing like a chick when you're a dude is fucked up. He knows all that shit. But he refuses to admit it. And let me just tell you, he's probably more racist than me because he hides his racism.
JB, you said dressing like a girl, right? Who you had the video on? Who was that? What? That was that a picture of Eli that y'all cropped and put the hair that looked just like him, like Joe Dirt? Was that?
Yeah, they're always over there doing the memes and shit. It's fucking goofy, right?
Oh, that shit had me dying. I was rolling. I was like, hold up, that looked just like him and Joe Dirt and a girl at the same time. I was like, what's going on? So I thought that was hilarious when you said, yeah. Okay.
So like here's the thing. He will, because he's talking to you, he'll be like, JB's racist, right? And whereas I can come on to you, and first question you asked me if I was racist, my answer was hell yes, and we can move on and get to actual what we're here to talk about, right? But to him, he believes that just knowing that I'm racist is gonna fuck. My opinion about you or your people, like in your brain, he feels like you're so simple-minded that it will stay with you all day long, and you won't be able to focus on the stream because all you're gonna be thinking about is JB Gunner's racist. JB Gunner don't like black people. JB Gunner's this, and he's too stupid. And here's the thing. He thinks y'all are so stupid that that's as far as you can think. Whereas I'm just like, I'm telling you how it is. I'm telling you that what I want, what I don't want, what I like, what I don't like. People like him, though, they will snake around and slither to try to be allies with you. And as you'll see when he's described you on his channel, he's described you as a wonderful African American man. Like that's, to me, I don't see it.
Like you go into the office and you gotta check ethnicity. Right. You gotta check the boxes. That's what he was doing.
Right. No, that's exactly what he's doing. And that's exactly what he always does. Like in his brain, he wants to make sure his audience knows that he loves the black people. Even though we've heard audio of him sounding just like JB Gunner. You understand?
Question, JB. him using the word nigger was at the time he was involved with you, and then he was trying to act like you a little bit.
No, I don't think he was trying to act like. Well, it might have been. Here's the thing. This is when I don't remember if we were on good terms at that point or not good terms. But here's what I do know. I don't think he thought. Here's why he wants to do the streams on your channel or whoever that other motherfucker is. He don't want to do these type of streams on his channel because what he'll do is he will come over to these channels or someone else that he knows channel and he will use that language. While on his channel, he won't even say the word fuck. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, so like, if you want to know the true Eli, catch him on other people's channels, not his channel. On his channel, he's a mask. He's wearing a mask. He's giving you what he wants to present to you. If you really want to hear Eli for who he is, go watch him on the retard channel, Sandifer, or whatever the fucker's name is. Or you'll see him over here. He'll talk completely different from what he says on his YouTube.
Yeah, he curses at people and stuff when he's on other people's panels. Like he says bad words and he'll cut them off and then say, "Whoa, wait, I'm here." He does all that stuff when he's not on his own. I know exactly what you're saying. Eli be walking around like the chicken hawk, with his chest out. That's what he be doing. That's what he be doing. You better put that bird back in the cage.
Because at the end of the day, he thinks that as long as it's not on his channel, he won't, get the pushback. And then when we show what he says on other people's pages, then he's like, "Now see, they're secretly recording me." No, you said this shit publicly. It just wasn't on your page. When he said the N-word about Joe Buddy, he said that shit publicly. He said when he was talking, everything that we got of him or have ever had of him that exposes who he really is, he said publicly, just out of your reach, out of the reach of the people that's actually subscribed to his channel. And so all we've ever done is shown the shit that he likes to put in the dark. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. So see, I knew it was something. I was like, no way, this dude is gonna sit up and just use the N-word if he was just walking down the street. Because you can just look at him and see that he ain't about that. He's not about that at all. So I was like, to me, I said there had to be something, and I'm glad you're here because now I'm like, okay, he's been around Eli the whole time. And when you said sound like JB Gunner, I was like, okay, now let me ask him. Okay, so Eli was on your coattail, kind of trying to get some juice and said, let me do what he's doing, and then you used it, being influenced. People tell your kids don't pay attention to the music, do not get influenced by movies and music or none of that. Okay, we don't go blowing up buildings and stuff.
It's just like right now when he comes on here. I want you to understand. Eli will go with the flow of the wind, right? It's how he is. So no matter who he's around. So let's just say none of you were watching right now. None of you were here. And me and Eli was having a regular conversation. And I was using the N-word. I swear to God, he would use it back. It's who he is. But here's another thing. If he was having a conversation with you, he would try to go your way, and I guarantee you, as you see on his channel even, he'll say, well, it's the white right-wing conservative Caucasian extremist. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's how he does it. Like, literally. Like, when he would talk to me privately, he'd be like, fuck Jamie. When he would talk to Jamie privately, he'd be like, fuck JB. It's who he is. It's who he's always been. It's who he's always been. So... sorry, I was laughing at something in the chat room. But anyways, when it comes to Eli, I don't believe he has anything that he necessarily stands on. And I think that's probably the biggest problem. Even though he recites the same talking points, I don't think there's anything that he's ever, that any topic, any feeling, any position that he stands on. He's pro male online, but you can't tell me that behind the scenes, and I know because I've heard him, he's very submissive to his woman. I guarantee it. It's who he is. And so he's just like somebody in the chat room said, a delusional puppet. That's exactly what he is.
Damn, JB Gunner, people, JB Gunner in the house, people, go check him out at you got J.B. Gunner Show, and then you can also see, go ahead and check out JB Gunner, you'll see it there. Two separate channels there. One's got 9,000 subs, one's got 2,000 subs. I've seen some of his videos, people. He does talk about the crime and things like that, and I've actually sat and watched because some of the videos that he has put up on the channel, I've done reactions to and gave words about them on my channel also, people. So I'm so glad that he actually clicked on this link. I got a lot done in this hour right here. I found a racist who's willing to do an interview. I found one who's willing to go into discussions about the next level because education about mankind and life is what it's all about. You got to get everything from all sides. You can't sit quiet about anything else like that. You got to go ahead and talk. So I'm glad he came in and spoke his mind. And a lot of people probably thought this was going to go all the way left field because of what other people make up inside their head. But people, you really get to learn about who someone truly is when you see them live in action and going over all the stuff that you got to go over. Now, this Eli thing right here, people, is just nuts that we got people that dedicate their lives to making live streams and videos and doing all this stuff to this dude. And to be honest, we keep him in light. We keep him in light.
Do you see, though, based on some of the things I've told you, that he's not this innocent victim, bro, at all? And see,
I call him the devil. I call him the devil. When I'm not on camera, this is the first time Eli is about to hear it.
Well,
I call him the devil.
You just call him the devil because he's white. Stop it. You
Nah,
ain't
no. See, I want to see. That's what we gotta do next week. We gonna get into that next week. I'm gonna let you know who I would call that. I'm gonna let you know when I would use that term. Now, Eli is the devil because he tries to illuminate you. He tries to get you to smile and laugh and do all this stuff. And if you really pay attention to what he does, he is a backstabber. He plays people against each other. He hops in the middle on both sides. He does everything all for his agenda to keep this going. Misery loves company, but company loves anyone. So y'all got to understand that, okay? Misery loves company, but company loves anyone. That's what Eli does. And Eli, you saw that bullseye in the thumbnail. You got a big bullseye on you. Now, I suggest you tread lightly, Eli. The first go around, I let you slide. I'm a real content creator. I create real videos. That's what I do. I'm not trying to spend time doing that on you. I would rather do it live, bring other people up who can come out and speak so we can all get busy and have a powwow with you. But just tread lightly when you're moving up the tracks of Hot Facts. I don't do what a lot of people do. I move in a completely different way. Okay? So just understand that. You might want to just ban me all the way together. Because if I go to your channel and I write something, it's gonna be what I feel and what I think. So you might as well just ban me again. Don't just take a risk, just ban me. I'm asking you, just ban me. Please ban me, Eli. Please. I'm begging you. Ban me.
That's the way it should be. You should be able to write what you want and say what you want. That's why do you think? Look, man, I came on this show knowing that you have watched me. I came on here expecting anything. You see what I'm saying? And I'm sure when you first knew you, I was coming on. You was like, "Oh shit, oh shit." You see what I'm saying? But
hey, I was doing this. I said, "Oh, let him say the wrong thing." I said, "Let him say the wrong thing." But you ain't do that, so it's all good.
And I was sitting here thinking the exact same thing. And so, and that's the way it should be. That it should be. That's what men are supposed to fucking do. You waiting? You're like, I wish a motherfucker would. And if they don't, you're just like, all right, cool. We can have a drink and chill until next time when I wish a motherfucker would. You know what I mean? But ultimately, people like Eli, he can't handle that. Like everything has to be this eternal struggle. And it can't just be two dudes sitting and having a drink or talking, one in his house, one in his car. It can't just be, I'm just fucking with you, man. Make sure you set up the stream for next week. Let's have fun.
Oh, yeah. Oh, look, we go have some fun. Hey, let the people know. Well, first of all, let me get this out the way too. Let me get my white hand out here. Look, like Kevin Hart, I got a white hand too. My white hand, my wife. So she's the one. My wife is doing all the chats and everything, putting them up. That's her doing all that. So she's doing all that. But let the people know where they can find it at and everything else, and we'll go from there.
Oh, yeah. You can find me at www.mudshark.com/ I'm just fucking with you.
Go ahead, say it.
Nah, man. It's all good. Do your thing, man. Do your thing. You must have, if you're able to do it, you must have a dollar or two. Anyways, so all I'm gonna say is you can find me at the JB Gunner Show. You can find me wherever. At the end of the day, y'all know where to find me, and chances are you don't want to come find me, especially if you're black, because you're gonna get your feelings hurt. Or if you're a mud shark, you're gonna get your feelings hurt. Anyways, y'all took it on the chin like champions. I love that, and it was an honor talking to y'all, man. It was cool.
Yeah, man. And people, I gotta get them back one. I'm about to go and I'm about to go do some work in just a little bit. And the first white person, the shining some shoes and shit. No, the first white person that asked me, the first white person that asked me who do I play for, I'm gonna go ahead and just make up a name and sign an autograph form for you. JB Gunner.
Oh, ain't that a bitch? Ain't that a bitch?
Yeah. Look, we gonna do something next week, people. We gonna have fun. As you see, I throw them, he throw them. We gonna do it like that, people. You've been watching the hot seat. Thank y'all for tuning on in.
Let on, y'all, man. I'm gonna get a 40 ounce in honor of this.
You're gonna get a 40 ounce. Oh, you're gonna get a 40 ounce.
40 ounce in honor of you. We're gonna get that OD just in honor of you, brother.
Okay,
we're gonna do it right.
You bring the OE. I'm gonna bring the Coke and the crackers. How about that?
I'll try not to chimp out.
Oh yeah, you got one, man.
Yeah, I'll try not to chimp out.
All right, man. Hey, you keep talking that stuff. I ain't gonna score no baskets. I'm gonna make the investors leave.
Nah, we need you to get them buckets. We need you to get them buckets.
All right, people. Look, we are going forever doing this. We out of here, people. Peace.
Out.
Oh man, I like that. I like that right there.
That was good shit.
That right there.